Found
Shalom, shalom. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rachak Peace and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Real quick, wanted to touch on this lesson going into Joe Rogan being on Hotboxin with Mike Tyson, which is a podcast by the former boxing champ Mike Tyson, of course. And they mentioned they were having a conversation about human beings being domesticated, and somehow, some way. Well, I think Joe Rogan mentioned. I don't want to play it because I'm not sure if I'm going to get a strike or copyright, whatever. But Joe Rogan had mentioned um, that humans were going to be integrated with machines, right? And Tyson said that he believes that there's going to be a system of people being chipped, and that's why he's pointing to his wrist. And the other dude on the left mentioned, "Oh, is it going to be a brain chip?" And then Mike said that, well, he's referring to the wrist, but really, it is going to be both. All right, according to biblical prophecy. So, you know, these guys watch the prophets as well, and even if they don't, this word is going out, and there's a lot of exposure on what's about to happen. You see, so we're just gonna go ahead and grab some of those precepts. All right, getting straight to the point. Revelation 13 and verse 16. It says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." So this is a prophecy from approximately 2,000 years ago. All right, that the Lord gave to the Apostle John, John the Revelator, as he's referred to, on the Isle of Patmos. Okay, he mentioned this prophecy that they're gonna receive a mark, and that word there for mark, we go into the Greek, charagma, which is an etching, something physically imprinted. Okay, so for the brain dead Christian community that would say, well, this is a spiritual thing. Well, you're not going into the original languages, and you don't have the spirit of prophecy to break it down. All right, Revelation 19 and 10, and we go back. It says, "And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy." There you have it. All right, Revelation 13 and 17. "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." You see? So you're going to be forced to get it. Otherwise, you're essentially ousted from society. All right? No buying, no selling, no social benefits, no social security. You know how it goes. All right? The so-called white man doesn't give you anything without it being a catch. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. Yeah, the so-called white man's number. 6, and the number 6 itself represents sex. All right, it represents carnality, the flesh. It represents man and beast, and it represents a cutting. That's where the word scissors comes from. The number 6. That's why they sound so similar. It's a cutting. Okay, so that's what he's gonna do. Cut. All right, and the root of karagma is karax. All right. Matter of fact, we've gone into it 1,000 times. We're gonna go into it one more time. Probably a few more times, man. However many times the Lord wants us to go into it, we're gonna go into it, man. All right. Yep. Look what it says in the NLT, Revelation 13 and 18. Wisdom is needed here. See, the wisdom of the Lord got to be with us to break this down. "Let the one with understanding solve the meaning of the number of the beast." So, in order to understand what this is referring to, you have to have wisdom. The spirit of prophecy, which is we just read, testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy, to foresee the things that's coming. That's part of what's one of the pillars of wisdom is prudence, which is foresight, which goes right in with the spirit of prophecy. Seeing the future, having a vision. All right, for it is the number of a man. Okay, his number is 666. So, let's get that word. Well, actually, we got to jump up for the word for mark, right? Charagma, all right? G575479, stamp an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the anti-Hamashiach. So the anti-Mashiach is a system, it's a spirit, and it's a spirit of rebellion against the Heavenly Father and His Son. All right, it's not one individual. Okay, Obama was the Antichrist. No, Trump. Oh, Biden. No, they're all Antichrist, but it's a particular spirit that people are in. It's a particular vibration that people are in. All right, thing carved, sculpture, graven work. Like when you carve, what do? You're cutting into something. So you want to cut, in order to get the chip, they got to cut your skin and then put it right up under you. So they penetrate your body. You see? And in doing so, they do what? They commit fornication with the Heavenly Father's people. All right? And that's what he wants to do. And here's the root, karax. It says a pale or stake, a palisade. See, palisade. Hey, bear with me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and show it. Yeah, I had to do a little bit of searching, but I found it because for palisade, when you look it up, the car comes up. But here it is. This fence is a replica of a palisade. So those are what? Stakes. Okay, and that is exactly the point for the needle that inserts that chip up inside you. All right. Yeah, from carasso, to sharpen to a point akin to, what's this word? Grapho, to write with reference to the form of letters, to delineate letters on a tablet, parchment paper, or other material, to write. Yep. So they're etching in you. It's an etching. It's a writing. And in order to do that, when you write on a piece of paper, you are like cutting into the paper. You're graving something, right? Okay. And it says, yeah, so you get the point. All right. Through the idea of scratching. To sharpen to a point, in the Strong's down there, it says to sharpen to a point akin to G1125 through the idea of scratching, which that's connect to the word grapho. So we got all the meat off that bone, basically. So 666, and also tying it in with the barcode system. Okay, Kaizai stigma. The barcodes all have the 666 on them. The first two bars, the middle two bars that stick out the most, all the bars go on the bottom of the barcode. All the bars go down, but the middle two go down a little bit further, typically. All right. Like I'm looking right now, and you will see those two bars. Yep. I'm looking right now. I got some valerian root here, and the barcode on it, it shows, boom, it shows the same thing. The first two bars, it represents the 6. All right. The second two bars, middle two bars, I should say, represent the 6, and the last two bars represent the 6. So you're gonna be a part of that system. All right, and that's what you're gonna be made into, merchandise. So just like when something gets swiped from the store, boop, you're gonna be the merchandise getting swiped. All right, and this is the judgment for those that take it. Revelation 14:8, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Then another angel followed him through the sky, shouting, Babylon is fallen, that great city is fallen, because she made all nations of the world drink the wine of her passionate immorality. Whew. Passionate immorality, man. So, let's get that. The wrath of, let's get the word there for fornication. Porneia. And who's the one, or porneia, Who's the one that popularized porn? You know, the Amalekites, the so-called Jew. Illicit sexual intercourse, adultery, fornication, homosexuality, lesbianism, intercourse with animals, sexual intercourse with close relatives, metaphorically the worship of idols, of the defilement of idolatry as incurred by eating sacrifices offered to idols, harlotry, figuratively idolatry, fornication. So essentially, rebellion against the Heavenly Father. All right, that's that fornication. Okay, and of course, America is well known for being overly sexed, sex sells, this, that, and the third. But it ties in with all of the wickedness that they push. All right, and the third angel followed them, and that Babylon is America. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. All right, so the beast is NATO and the EU with America as a part of it. The whore that's leading the charge upon the beast. All right, the image is the actual system, religious, social, political, economic system of democracy, right? Which means ruled by demon, all right? Democracy, demonic rulership, basically, or ruled by demons. And receive his mark. So the ultimate way of you worshiping this kingdom and this system is to receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Okay? And it's the same image of the ancient pagan Roman Empire. So if you receive that, that's your ultimate way of bowing down and worshiping this place. And that means that you want to be a part of this place. So when the judgment by fire, which we're going to read it right now, you're going to get caught up in it. When that judgment by fire comes, you will be a part of that destruction. All right. Revelation 14:10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay. So this is what's going to happen to those that trust in this beast system in America, Babylon the Great, the Edomite rulership, power structure. If you trust in it, the so-called white man's government, his system, then you're going to drink of the wine of the Lord's wrath. You're going to drink that cup. All right. You're going to be tormented with fire and brimstone. So you're going to have the chariot beams, the ICBM missiles. All right. The angels, you're going to have the elect men also are going to be given power. So a lot's going to be going on. And if you ain't on the right side of it, you're going to be caught up and you're going to be judged. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So that's what it is. All right. If you receive that mark, okay, and that's the ultimate way of bowing down, because in one way, shape, or form, majority of us, if not all of us, brothers, did believe in the system at one point. You were trying to figure out a way to raise your family or have some kind of future or your aspirations to be in America. So you were worshiping the beast in his image, whether we realize it or not. But the ultimate way of bowing down and being sealed for destruction is accepting that mark, receiving that mark, that chip. And it may seem like something minuscule or small, but the prophecy is laid out. All right. However you feel about it, you feel about it. But it is what it is. If you receive the mark, you're going to be destroyed. Here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahushua. So this is the patience. All right. So the Lord's people, the saints, the sanctified ones, the elect of the Israel of the Most High, the elect of the nation of Israel is going to have to endure. Is going to have to be patient through this affliction, through this time, this time of being tried. Staying in the book of Revelation. We're going to go to Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. You see? So this is that time of trying. This is the proving ground. All right, it says, I am coming soon. Hold on to what you have so that no one will take away your crown. All right, in the KJV, behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. You see? So we have to be steadfast. We have to be unmovable. And we have to hold on to this knowledge, hold on to this truth, clave unto the Lord. All right. Stick unto our power. Stick to what we know is going to get us out of this situation. Okay. So that was basically the point. Let me see. Oh, I did want to get Isaiah 36:6. All right, this is going into, the time of Sennacherib in Assyria. During the time of King Hezekiah, King Sennacherib of the Assyrians wanted to come and take down Judah, and the Lord was in this situation. There was a deliverance being set up, but all right, Rabshakeh, which was one of the underlings, you could say, to the king. All right, in the NLT it says he was the chief of staff of the king. He mentions this. So now I gave you the context of what it was referring to then, so we can understand how it ties into now. But it says, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, I will go into his hand and pierce it. It will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him." So Egypt is compared into a sharp, broken reed, which we just mentioned how the palisade, the charagmas tied to the root charax, which is that stake, the palisade, the sharp point, the sharp pole that is sharpened to a point, right? So modern day Egypt, because back then Israel was looking to get military assistance from Egypt, but applying it to now, Jake, which when we say Jake, we're talking about so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the biblical Hebrew Israelites. They want to trust in Egypt. America is modern Egypt. So if you trust on this modern Egypt, you're going to be forced to get what? Pierced through your hand with that charagma. All right. So in that sense, it does have a twofold meaning here. All right. And that's revealed unto us through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So you're going to be confounded for trusting in Egypt. Okay. And there's many scriptures about Israel wanting to go to Egypt. Jeremiah dealt with it as well. All right. I think it's Isaiah 30:1, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. See, so what is the true covering? All right. The covering is likened unto this knowledge. So the true covering is the Lord's knowledge of wisdom and understanding. But there's other coverings of the heathen, which is their idols, their knowledge, their false philosophies, right? So that walk to go down into Egypt. So they want to go trust in America. Back then it was actual Egypt. Now America is Egypt. So they want to trust in America, which is nothing new under the sun. The same spirit coming back of them relying on all the other nations, but not relying on the Heavenly Father. You see? So they want to strengthen themselves. They want to trust in Pharaoh, go into that shadow of Egypt. That's why it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. So you trusting in America, thinking that this place can save you, is the strongest military on earth, but yet it's not going to save you from the wrath to come. And America has been the place of our captivity. You can't trust the devil. You can't trust your enemy, as it is written in the book of Sirach, the 10th chapter. All right? Like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You rub away that rust, it's still going to come back. So even though Esau may appear to you like, oh yeah, look what Trump did for us, man. I was making money during Trump, blah, blah, blah. That's why they might bring that devil back in. Because Jake will trust him more than a Biden. But yet they're both your enemy, all right? And that's going to be your confusion. That's going to be your shame, trusting in them, all right? So with that, call Haloyim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak Dash. Shalom, my barakat, to the hopeful elect. Lord's will, I'll catch up on the next one. Shalom.